very fitting. In your opinion, there is a certain IPA you enjoy, some you can't stand. Yeah, apparently the thing I was just talking about was Lucifer's IPA, and of course Revenant would remember it for me. Lucifer. It's called Lucifer, and it's an IPA. Butter. See, does IPA lager all differs? Yeah, I think it does. I don't know. I have not much experience. You like Guinness. That's what we're cooking with today, Happy Pony. I don't like drinking Guinness, but I do like cooking with it. We're currently in the process of making Guinness gravy, and there's some in the potato and cabbage soup. You love fruit and hops. You don't like grapefruit. Go. All right, just melting down some butter to make the roux, to make my gravy. Oh, I'm gonna have to include the brine recipe in my cookbook. For anyone in the chat that doesn't know, I'm currently working on writing my own cookbook. And I don't really, it's not gonna be your typical rigid cookbook. It's gonna be a cookbook aimed at people who didn't really learn how to cook. And it's got recipes in it like my meatball beef stew, which I made specifically so that you don't have to spend hours boiling away a beef stew. And then also it'll have a dish I call kinda curry because it's a fusion between Thai and Indian curry, and it basically takes elements of both and puts them together, and it's also a very lazy dish. And then there's going to be things in it called kitchen sacrilege, which is like, how do I explain this? Kitchen sacrilege is like that time that I made white sauce out of Coffee Mate powdered coffee creamer because I was out of milk. Oh, even though you don't consume it yourself. All right, so what we're gonna do, if you've never made a roux before, it's pretty much equal parts butter and flour. And the more you cook it, the darker it gets. Like if you're making a gumbo, you want a dark roux. But for this, I'm just gonna kind of cook it just enough to call it roux. And then you put your liquids in, and ta-da, it becomes gravy. If you put milk in, it becomes white sauce. If you put broth in it, it becomes gravy. I mean, I imagine it'll thicken up if you put water in it too, so. Where is my bowl of flour? Oh, I was right next to my bowl of flour and I didn't even notice it there. Right. Boop. I did an emergency run to the store for a little more flour because I was out and I can't have stew without bread. It's just an abomination. Boop. Okay, so we're gonna mix our flour in with our butter. And then we'll pour our Guinness into it once it's cooked a little bit. See, you love cherry as a raw fruit, but anything of any flavor cherry disgusting as like cream, etc. Yeah, I don't like cherry flavor standalone, but like there are some cherry things that have it as a component that I don't mind. Like what do you call it? There's these dried cherries and dark chocolate cookies I like. Or I think my favorite ice cream is a combination between the black cherry dryers. I think it's dryers or is it buyers? Anyway, it's a black cherry and you pair it with mud tracks or moose tracks. I think those are the exceptions.